Hello, everybody. My name is Don Markham. I'm also known as Don the AS Lifter. For people that aren't aware of what AS is, I have AS. It's a disease that attacks my joints and my ligaments, also known as ankylosing spondylitis or axial spondyloarthritis, depending on which medical term you want to use. But it's just a condition like an autoimmune type disease or autoinflammatory disease. But it's not the point of my video. My video is more geared on to the lines of investing in yourself. I've got asked, by some people, how can I function and still be able to maintain a healthy lifestyle while having this condition or this disease? And to be honest, I've thought over the last few weeks how I could respond to that in the best way possible. So the best way I can respond, the best way advice I can give people is to invest in yourself. And that's not necessarily from a physical standpoint. It's a mental, life, image, just your self-esteem, everything. A lot of people get tied up or stuck in or fall into the trap of, feeling sorry for themselves or having something they run into that's an issue that just controls or stops or disrupts their life. And a lot of people fall into the trap again of just not dealing with it and just dwelling upon it. So for me on this condition, I made an investment to myself that I was going to beat it or find a way to conquer it. And that may not end the disease or cure myself, but I will beat it my way. It will not control my life. And what I mean by that is investing in yourself is simply put, once you take some time, make sure you're happy, invest in your body. That's what I do with exercise and try to eat a little bit healthier and try to be, somewhat clean in my lifestyle when it comes to my body. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I don't really abuse my body. I don't take any drugs. I don't smoke. So I don't have any of those nicks against me. But I also invest in my mental health. I try to stay, calm. So when I work out, I try to meditate, but you can meditate from walking. You can meditate simply just by meditation, the traditional form, or you can sit on the back patio and just look at, your surroundings and soak in Mother Nature. Maybe a mental break, maybe just watching a TV show that you want to watch. I personally don't get much into TV because I really don't care about the news. I really don't want to hear about nothing political because to my mind, that's half of what's wrong with society today is we're falling in this trap and nobody's investing in themselves anymore. COVID is a very big culprit of that. We got self-isolated, we became hermits, we're too busy wearing a mask, we're too busy social distancing, and while we may need that from the medical standpoint, from the mental health side of it, it has pretty ruined so many people. And I feel sorry for the generation of kids that are coming up having to do virtual learning and everything else and having to deal with this distanced lifestyle that kids need the interaction to develop, and they don't have that. So let's talk about investing in yourself. The keys of what that really means. So I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. Part 1 is simply put is invest in your body. I've heard many terms through my fitness journey that from different people, crap in, crap out, meaning if you eat crappy food, usually you feel crappy. You eat healthier food, usually you feel more energized. So let's take one, let's look at diet. Try to live somewhat healthy. Now, I'm not all the way to the point where I'm starving my body, trying to get on stage. I'm not a bodybuilder. So I still want some things or indulge in some things that I like. I do like some sugars. I do like some breads. I do like some fatty foods. I just eat it in a lot smaller doses or more moderate. So let's talk about, again, let's wrap up the diet. So I do diet. I take vitamins. I don't really do much in supplements. I do a pre-workout from time to time, working out just to get the energy boost. I don't really drink coffee. I'm trying to wean myself completely off caffeine as much as possible. So that's all the way I'm investing in my body. But I also have to invest in, my appearance as far as, make sure I take care of my hair, make sure, you clean your eyes, your ears, just body hygiene. Just take, self-esteem. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about the way you look. Invest a little bit in clothing that you want, splurge every now and then. It makes you feel good. It gives you a better imagery and it lifts you up, which helps you to the next part, mental. You got to have that mental self gratification. You've got to invest yourself mentally. If you're dealing with life and you're dealing with a lot of stress, you have to relieve that stress some way. It could be a hobby. It could be exercise. It could be meditation. It could be anything, playing a game, spending time with your family, going fishing, going hunting, whatever the case may be. But you have to be able to break that stress or break that mental pressure to get the relief. Otherwise, you're just gonna wear your body down because your mind's so stressed. Stress affects everything. For me, having flares with AS, my biggest culprit is stress. That's what I've come to find out. Stress causes most of my issues when I'm dealing and battling my disease. So how do you relieve yourself stress-free? So let's talk about the invest in yourself. That includes your family and your circle of friends. Unlike a lot of people that may or may not agree with what I'm saying, is I've come to realize that I don't need drama. I don't need problems. I don't need issues. So if I have people in my life, friends, family, acquaintances, whatever the case may be, if I'm constantly dealing with drama and I'm not enjoying my life because I'm having to deal with them and they're not bringing anything to the table as a whole, I cut them. I hate to, some people may not say you don't cut family. I've cut family. I've cut the family that's not going to help me get to where I need to get. I've cut the family that doesn't help me mentally stay healthy. I've cut the family that just brings nothing but problems to you. Doesn't bring solutions, doesn't bring help. They're always asking for something, or they're always wanting you to feel sorry for them. I don't have time for it. I'm sorry, I don't. Same thing with friends. I have friends like that. I've cut them. I don't have time for that crap. I've got to invest in me. When you invest in you and you start feeling better about yourself, you start feeling healthy, you start feeling happy, you don't have less stress, guess what? That reflects back down to your family, your nuclear family, meaning your wife, your kids, your parents, or your brothers or siblings. So for me, I've found out that when I'm less stressed, I have less issues, and I feel more better about myself, I interact with my family totally different than if I'm dealing with all this other stuff. So you've got to invest in you. Part of that comes back to, and here goes my political rant, I don't give a crap which side you vote for. They're both playing you. Right now, we're so at war with each other. Nobody's even looking at the topics or the facts. It's either you're hard right or you're hard left, and they don't want to talk to each other. Both of them are idiots. So why don't you do yourself a favor? Just turn off the damn news. Turn off the TV. Don't watch it. If you're going to vote, vote on the topics. Vote on the person. I've always believed if you vote all right or you vote all left, or you only vote because they're Republican or they're only because they're a Democrat, whichever way you vote, you're throwing away your vote. If you're not voting on the person for what they are and what they're going to bring to the table, no matter what party they are in, who cares? But enough of the political side. Let's go back to the reality of it. The reality of it is politics, and especially today with what's going on again with the COVID pandemic, you got a presidential election, you got all this drama, all this investigation, the stimulus money is there, then it's not, they're going to help, then they're not, jobs are cutting, industries are suffering, and as an economy, we are struggling in the U.S. So with that being said, if you dwell upon it, you don't start investing in you, or you don't start trying to find a way to beat it or a way to deal with it, it's just going to drag you further down. And again, if you drag down mentally, you can't relieve physically. It goes hand in hand. So for me, I guess my success or my ability to overcome or fight this condition has always been my ability to invest in me, invest in myself. So I'm hoping that, I wish I had a magical answer that, I took this pill and I can lift this, and I don't have my fusion's pretty much gone into remission. I don't have all the issues that I had before. I don't have as many flares anymore. I really don't deal with much issues other than uveitis. That's the number one thing I deal with, and even then, it's not the end of the world to me. I deal with it. I don't let it get to me. It's just something I have to deal with. But again, that's investing in me. I invested in my mental health. I invested in myself. I don't let things get to me. So for everybody out there that's listening to this, and this doesn't always pertain necessarily to ankylosing spondylitis or fighting a condition, this is just life in general. For all the people out there that are caught in this trap and they lost sight of who they are or lost sight of what they want to be or invest in themselves, you need to refocus. Refocus on you, refocus on building you. And it's not a selfish thing. I know some people may think, well, you. No, it's not selfish to invest in yourself. there's an old saying that if you're not happy, you can't make anybody else happy. And that's a fact. So for your marriage, for your kids, for everybody else around there, invest in yourself. You have to be mentally sound, physically sound, and somewhat healthy so you can live and show, invest and spend the time with your kids and show them by example of how to do it and how to function in society. So again, everybody, I hope this message maybe can touch somebody or somebody gets it and understands what I'm trying to say. Again, everybody that does support me and watches my channel and clicks on the subscribe button, thank you very much. You don't know how much that means to me to see so many comments and people messaging me and everything else. I really appreciate it. I wish that one day that maybe they'll find a way to beat AS totally and we won't have to deal with it, or spondylitis as a whole per se. But needless to say, guys, you still have to invest in yourself, whether you have the disease or not. So with that, I'm going to end my message. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for subscribing. And feel free to leave a comment, or if you want to say something, I'll be happy to reach back. I'll try to answer you. Thank you again, and goodbye.